لعلكم ترحمون. Verily, the relationship between the Muslims, between the believers, is brotherhood. A Muslim is the brother of a Muslim. He doesn't lie to him. He doesn't oppress him. He doesn't deceive him. He doesn't leave him to be oppressed or deceived by somebody else. And in that long hadith, the Prophet said, "At-taqwa ha-huna." Taqwa is where? It's in the heart. A believer is to another believer كالبنيان يشده بعضه بعضا. The believer is to another Muslim, another believer, like the bricks of a building. They come together like this, not like that. He said the believer is to another believer like the parts of a body. So if any part of the body is hurting, sick, with fever, it hurts, it sends that pain to the rest of the body, and the rest of that body stays awake until the healing process completes itself. So all believers have to feel for the other believers. Subhanallah. When I heard the day I came here that after Jum'ah, a Muslim shot a Muslim down the street or up the street or whatever happened, wallahu a'lam. Is that what happened here? Tell me this was not an act of Jahiliyyah. Tell me this is an action of Islam. Tell me it's an act that we can be proud of. Tell me this is something we can stand on Yawm al-Qiyamah and say, I did it. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. The person who did that, I don't care what the justification was. This is the same act of Jahiliyyah which the Prophet ﷺ found the practice among the Muslims of Mecca. The same Jahiliyyah he found among the Aus and Khazraj, the people of Medina. The same Jahiliyyah before Islam came. But the medicine of the Quran was good enough for those people, and it made them into the best of people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about them what? وَلْتَكُنْ No, I'm sorry. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. Same people, just like you people, you Muslims, we are the best, we are the cream of the crop for the whole deen, for the whole world. But we got to act like it. It's like a doctor. He got all the medicine, but he doesn't use it himself. It's like a man. He got a whole shop full of clothes, but he using some drugs and he come out in the morning naked. It's like a man, he has a shop, he owns a supermarket, but he starved his whole family to death. This is the kind of Muslims that some of us have become. We have the Quran. We have the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. We have all the tools to bring back the glory of Islam, the ild of Islam, the izzah of Islam. You are here right now. The deen is with us. We can change this country. We can change this city. We can have whatever we want. Just close our hands on it. We don't have to lift a stone, we don't have to lift a gun, we don't have to lift and stab nobody, we don't have to shout, we don't have to sneak, we don't have to act terroristic, we don't have to do anything, just behave well. The Prophet ﷺ said, I have been sent with good manners. Subhanallah. It's the good manners of the Muslim that will win the neighbors. The good manner of the Muslim will win your colleagues. The good manner of the Muslim will win your co-workers. It's your good manners that will win the people that you meet, not your talking, not your roughness, not your gangsterism, not your guns, not your money, not your houses or your cars. They're not going to win anything. Matter of fact, you will lose. That brother who got shot, we don't know his condition, but he's in the grave right now. Whatever he had, who got it now? And the one who shot him, what he got? He got some money for it? If he did, if he's riding around, he's a tough man, what do he got? 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, he also going to be in the ground. He's going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whoever he is, he need to make tawbah. Tawbah. Muslims, you and I need to make tawbah and come back to this deen and give this deen the light, the power, the respect, and the dignity which it needs. Then you're going to find out Allah will put this part of the earth in your hands. Allah will put the earth wherever the Muslims are in their hands. We don't know how it will come back into our hands. We don't say how it will, but it will. It must. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, هُوَ الَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. Another place, وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُشْرِكُونَ. And another place, وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْمُنَافِقُونَ. Even though the kafirs, the mushriks, and the munafiqs don't like it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent his messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with the huda. What is the huda? The Quran and the Sunnah. وَدِينَ الْحَقِّ الْإِسْلَامِ لِيُظْهِرَهُ, in order to make it dominant over kulli deen, over every system of life. وَلَوْ كَرِهَ الْكَافِرُونَ. How many of us believe that? If we believe it, we got to act like it. It ain't enough for you to talk this deen. You got to talk it, you got to walk it, you got to live it. The old and the young. You got to talk and walk and live this deen when you're dealing with money. You got to talk, walk, and live this deen if you're dealing with women and men. You got to talk, walk, and live this deen inside your homes. How you dealing inside. You got to talk, walk, and live this deen on the college campus. You got to talk and walk, and live this deen in your neighborhood, in your hearts. Otherwise, Allah, who is the one who knows what is inside our hearts and our homes, on the day of judgment, when a man comes before Allah and he's asked what he used to do, or Allah used to worship you, Allah will say, you are a liar. You used to do what you did to show the people. We don't want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to embarrass us on the day of judgment. We don't want Allah to condemn us on the day of judgment. We want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us our book in our right hands. And we want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to go over the sirat quickly. And we want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us his maghfirah, we want Allah to give us his forgiveness and his mercy. And we want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the Jannah which he promised. We want to be with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Salihin and the Qaniteen and the Shahideen. We want to be with them. But if we want to be that way, we have to live this deen. Walk this deen, talk this deen, make the sacrifices for this deen. And we have to do it now. O Muslim brothers and sisters. The root of ignorance has its own descriptions. And what is it? Hatred. These are the different signs. If you want to know the root of ignorance, it has specific signs and traits. One of it is hatred. When you find among Muslims hatred, they don't want to look at each other. They don't want to touch each other. They don't want to be in the same room with each other. They are plotting and scheming how to take the blood of each other, kill each other. This is hatred. This is the worst of Jahiliyyah. Another sign of it is jealousy. Hasad. We want what another Muslim has. We see a brother with a wife, we want his wife. Sister see her sister, she got a nice husband, she want to undermine that sister. Or if the brother take another wife, she don't want the brother to have another wife. She don't want the other sister to have a husband, even though there's only one man available for every 7 or 8 women. I said there's only one man available. Because the other males, they're either locked up, knocked up, messed up, drugged up, homosexuals, playboys, irresponsible. They don't have no job, don't want to get no job. So you already